story that we called Hubble about America's space telescope. It was first reported 8 years ago by our late colleague, Ed Bradley.
A telescope that was sent just to see the stars has been seeing things for the last 34 years for which it was never made. Yes, Hubble Space Telescope, which was launched just to explore the distant galaxies and the universe. But in these years, it has seen some such sights which no one had expected. Sometimes scientists also wonder how all this is possible. The question is, what is it that got captured in the eyes of Hubble? What is that thing that even scientists became silent after seeing? Believe me, this is not a fabricated story. The pictures and the evidence that have been found are absolutely real, and NASA itself has shown it to the world. And if you want to know what exactly Hubble saw, which was far beyond its scope, then definitely watch this video till the end. So come on, let's move ahead and unveil that secret. Before that, subscribe to the channel so that such interesting videos reach you first. Before we know about Hubble's new discovery, let us know why NASA had sent it. About 34 years ago, when man had set foot on the moon and a network of satellites was spread in space, even then one question remained in everyone's mind. What is beyond these shining stars, these galaxies, and how will we know what we cannot see from the Earth? Thinking this, NASA scientists decided that now we will have to come out of the atmospheric haze of the Earth and see the universe, because the pictures seen from our Earth were always blurred, crooked, and incomplete. The Earth's atmosphere was the biggest obstacle, which used to distort the distant light. Therefore, NASA thought, why not deploy such an eye in space, which directly sees the universe from there? And from here began the dream of Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble was named after the great astronomer Edwin Hubble, who had proved that there are countless galaxies outside our Milky Way. Honoring this telescope in the name of Hubble was a way of saluting human discovery and curiosity. NASA started working on this project in the 1970s. At that time, both its cost and technology were a huge challenge, because making such a big telescope and sending it into space and making it work safely there was no less than a miracle. After about 20 years of hard work, it was finally launched on 24 April 1990. It was taken to an orbit about 570 kilometers above the Earth through the Space Shuttle Discovery. The day of the launch was historic for the whole world. Everyone's eyes were on the TV. Everyone was hoping that now we would get the clearest and deepest pictures of the universe. But as soon as its first pictures came, everyone's faces fell. The pictures were not clear. There was fog and spots in it. On investigation, it was found that there was a slight problem in Hubble's main mirror. This was a big embarrassment for NASA. The mission, on which billions of dollars had been spent, was sending worse pictures than the Earth. But NASA did not give up. In 1993, another space mission was sent, and the astronauts installed correction equipment in Hubble. And then Hubble showed the magic that the world was expecting. It sent such pictures of the universe that people were amazed to see. So the purpose of making and sending Hubble was clear: to introduce us to the reality of our universe, which was hidden from our eyes till now. To go out of the Earth, to look beyond the haze of the atmosphere, and to see the real form of distant galaxies, stars, and planets. And Hubble really did it. What was Hubble designed for? When NASA planned to build Hubble, their dream was to create an eye that could go beyond the boundaries of the Earth and see the entire universe as it really is. Our Earth's atmosphere, that is, air, moisture, and dust, always distort the light of the universe. This makes the pictures blurry. Hubble was designed to take clear and sharp pictures while staying outside the Earth's atmosphere. Hubble was sent specifically to keep an eye on some things. The main purpose was to see things like distant galaxies, stars, and nebulae, to know how big the universe is, how old it is, and how it is expanding. Apart from this, closely watching the process of formation and death of stars, finding new worlds of planets, and understanding the secrets of dark matter and dark energy, all this was part of its mission. Now the question arises that what kind of light can Hubble see? So the simple thing is that Hubble is not limited to just visible light. It was made in such a way that it can see more than our eyes. Hubble can capture 3 types of waves: visible light, ultraviolet, and infrared. Visible light is what we see with our eyes. Colorful light, Ultraviolet is what our eyes cannot see, but is very important to capture the energetic rays of the stars, and infrared is what helps us to peek into cold and dusty places. People often think that Hubble was made only for visible light, but it is not so. Visible light is just a part of it. The real wonder happens when it shows those things with the help of ultraviolet and infrared, which can never be seen with our eyes. This is the reason why Hubble showed such corners of the universe, which we could only imagine in books. Hubble was not built to just see the twinkling stars, but to capture the invisible things that tell the real story of this universe. And even after 34 years, it is still telling us new stories of the universe with the same enthusiasm. When did we first realize that Hubble was seeing something different? When Hubble was sent into space, people expected that it would only give us clean and very good pictures, but no one had thought that it would also start seeing things for which humanity was not at all prepared. Initially, when Hubble's faulty mirror was fixed and the first correct pictures started coming, only then did scientists understand that this telescope is much more powerful than we thought. The world was shocked for the first time when Hubble sent pictures of a comet named Shoemaker-Levy 9 in 1994, which directly collided with Jupiter. No one from Earth had ever seen that scene so clearly and in such detail before. The huge spots formed by fireballs on Jupiter proved that the reality is much more scary than what we had thought of the dangers of space till now. After this, when Hubble took pictures named Hubble Deep Field, astronomers from all over the world were surprised. What happened was that the scientists focused Hubble on a small dark part of the universe for several days, which seemed empty to us. The only hope was that maybe some stars or gas clouds would be visible there, but when Hubble sent those pictures, thousands of galaxies were visible in it, so far away and so old that their light was from billions of years ago. This one picture changed the world's thinking. For the first time, people realized that the universe is millions of times bigger than we think. Similarly, Hubble took pictures of stars being born and dying from such a close distance that it would give you goosebumps. In the picture named Pillars of Creation, it showed a glimpse of new stars being born from clouds of gas and dust. For the first time, humans saw how stars are born, and all these were such things for which scientists had not made any plans. This was just the wonder of Hubble's vision and its power. This is why in the first decade of Hubble, everyone was convinced that this telescope is not just an ordinary mission, but the biggest window to the universe. With every picture, it raised new questions and proved that our thinking and our preparation are still very small in front of the mysteries of the universe. And even today, it is showing us such things that no one expects. This is the biggest success of Hubble. What did Hubble see? What Hubble has seen in 34 years is really bigger than we thought. Initially, people thought that Hubble would just send amazing pictures of stars and galaxies. But as its eyes started looking into the corners of the universe, we realized that it is revealing such secrets for which we were not prepared. The question arises that what did Hubble see? The biggest and surprising evidence was found of dark matter and dark energy. Till now, we knew that the things we see in the universe, like stars, planets, gas clouds, are all there is. But Hubble made it clear with its pictures that what we see is just 5–10% of it. The rest of the universe is filled with some invisible force which we cannot see. Scientists named it dark matter and dark energy. Hubble captured the strange play of gravity between distant galaxies and proved that there is definitely some invisible thing that binds them all. And dark energy? That changed the whole story. Hubble's pictures showed that the universe is constantly expanding, and this expansion is not slowing down but is getting faster. This is the dark energy whose power surprised even the scientists. Then came the matter of the oldest light that Hubble captured. Hubble peered far and wide and gave us a glimpse of the early days of the universe. When scientists saw Hubble Deep Field and Ultra Deep Field pictures, they saw galaxies billions of years old. The light that reached us today had come out at a time when the universe was only a few 100 million years old. These pictures opened a book of the history of the universe in front of us. And the most surprising things were those strange and unknown structures that no one could understand. Hubble sometimes showed such groups of galaxies whose size and expansion were beyond our imagination. Somewhere there were ring-like shapes. Somewhere there were huge bubbles of gas whose reasons are still not clear. Some such mysterious things were also seen that scientists had to say that we have to understand the rules of the universe again. All these discoveries proved one thing, that we have still been able to understand only a small part of the universe. Hubble's eyes told us that our knowledge in this infinite universe is just a drop. It reminded us again and again that there is something hidden in every corner of the universe that is much beyond our thinking. And this is the biggest quality of Hubble. It surprises us with every picture and also increases our curiosity. This is the reason why even today people eagerly wait for its every new picture. Why were these things not meant for it? Whatever Hubble saw, it was not really made for that. In fact, when NASA designed Hubble, their only thought was that it would send clear pictures of the universe by staying outside the Earth's atmosphere. Its purpose was to find answers to some questions like how far galaxies are spread, how stars are formed and die, and how fast the universe is expanding. No one had thought that it would give us evidence of those things too, about which humans had only guessed. In fact, Hubble's mirror and its cameras were made according to the technology of that time. Its sensors and detectors were made in such a way that it could capture visible light, i.e. light like our eyes, and some ultraviolet and infrared. Scientists did not think that it would be able to capture the very light coming from such distant and such old galaxies. But when Hubble took pictures like Hubble Deep Field and Ultra Deep Field, everyone was surprised seeing billions of years old and extremely light galaxies in these pictures. The scientists themselves could not believe that Hubble was able to do this, despite so many limitations. These things were beyond expectation because there were many technical flaws in Hubble's design. Its first pictures were not clear because there was a slight defect in the mirror. Despite this, when it was later corrected, even then no one thought that it would be able to provide evidence of invisible forces like dark matter and dark energy. Because Hubble's job was to see things, not to measure their invisible effect. But Hubble took advantage of techniques like gravitational lensing and caught the signs of dark matter. Despite technical limitations, Hubble did wonders because its position was absolutely correct, hundreds of kilometers above the Earth, where there is no wind, no fog, no obstacle. There its eyes were completely open. And the second thing is that the scientific team associated with it always tried to understand and improve its data. He got it photographed by staying at one place for such a long time that his eyes were able to record even the very weak light emanating from there. What was the first reaction of the scientists? When Hubble started sending its first real pictures, and it showed what no one had expected, the first reaction of the scientists was really very interesting. Actually, when the first pictures came after Hubble's launch, they were blurry and bad. It was a moment of great embarrassment for NASA. Headlines appeared in newspapers around the world that even after spending billions of dollars, NASA's telescope was not working properly. The scientists were also a little disheartened, but when Hubble was repaired properly in 1993 and it sent clear pictures for the first time, everyone's eyes were left wide open. When Hubble's first big discovery came to light, the first thing the scientists thought was whether there was some error in the data. When it sent pictures of a comet colliding with Jupiter, some people in NASA's control room kept staring at their screens. They could not believe that an event so far away could be seen so clearly and in such detail. Many astronomers stood up from their chairs and started shouting loudly. The most surprising picture was the Hubble Deep Field, in which thousands of distant galaxies were visible. Scientists first double-checked several times whether it was some kind of technical fault or glitch, because it was not even in anyone's mind that there could be so many galaxies in the universe. Many scientists felt that the data was false, or maybe some reflection-like effect had formed in Hubble's camera. But when these things were double-checked with other telescopes and other data, and the results were absolutely correct, then everyone was forced to believe that Hubble has really done a bigger job than we thought. Many NASA scientists said in the press conference that Hubble has changed our perspective of looking at the universe. Some scientists even got emotional and said that we thought we knew everything, but now it seems we know nothing. There was definitely doubt in the beginning. People were checking the data again and again, but when the same results were obtained again and again and the pictures matched the truth, the whole world accepted that Hubble has made the impossible possible. This is the reason why even today, scientists and common people wait for new pictures of Hubble, because now everyone knows that this telescope always shows something that is beyond our imagination. Hubble made everyone understand that the mysteries of the universe are countless, and the curiosity of man should never end. This was its biggest victory. Impact of Hubble's 34 years and change in human thinking. Hubble's 34 years changed the thinking of not just NASA, but the entire humanity. When it was sent into space, people thought that it would just show us some good pictures of the stars. But in 34 years, Hubble did such a great job that people's view of the universe changed. Today, if we think that the universe is so big and mysterious, then Hubble has the biggest hand behind it. First of all, Hubble showed us how small we are. When Hubble took pictures like deep field and ultra deep field, thousands and millions of galaxies were seen in it. And all this was seen at that place, which looked just black and empty when we saw it from the Earth. Then man understood that we are not even equal to a small particle in this entire universe. Our Earth is just a point, and we are the tiny creatures living on it. This brought a different kind of humility in people, a feeling that what is our status in front of this infinite universe. Hubble's discoveries also opened new avenues for science and technology. When Hubble showed that the expansion of the universe is accelerating and mysterious things like dark energy are working, new questions arose for scientists. New questions mean new research, new theories, and new technology. It is because of Hubble that we have been able to find new ways to measure the universe today and are thinking of making bigger and better telescopes to understand its history. The James Webb Telescope is also the continuation of the same thinking that Hubble started. The best thing was that Hubble also aroused curiosity and hope about the universe in common people. When people see its pictures, like the pillars of star formation, the light of dying stars, rows of distant galaxies, they just keep looking. People started feeling that there is a lot left to know in the universe. Children's interest in astronomy increased. People started making careers in space and science. Hubble also gave humans the hope that if we want, we can make the impossible possible. There was a time when, due to its glitches, people started calling it the biggest flop project. But NASA did not give up, improved it, and made it its biggest success. The lesson learned was that no matter how many difficulties there are, if we are determined, we can overcome them. Hubble did not just show distant stars to our eyes, but also increased the scope of our thinking. It made humans realize that there is no limit to learning and knowing. And even today, when its new pictures come, everyone thinks maybe there is still some more secret hidden for us in some corner of the universe. This is the real power of Hubble, to keep curiosity and hope alive. Now the question arises that what next? Will Hubble now shut down forever? Is its story ending? So the simple thing is that Hubble has now become old. After all, working continuously in space for 34 years is not an easy task. Many of its machines have become tired, its cameras and sensors are not able to work as fast as they used to. Many times it also happened that it had to be serviced. Some parts were replaced so that it could run for a few more years. But now NASA has clearly said that now Hubble will not be given new servicing. This does not mean that it will shut down tomorrow, but now its days are numbered. Still, the surprising thing is that Hubble is still working. It is still sending us new pictures, giving new data. Its hard work is still going on. It is still showing such corners of the universe that no one else can see. NASA also believes that as long as it is working properly, it will be allowed to roam like this. But after Hubble, a new hero has emerged, James Webb Space Telescope. It was built with the idea that it would take over Hubble's future work. James Webb is many times more powerful than Hubble. Its eyes can see deeper into the infrared. It is ready to show us a glimpse of the birth of the universe. People also call it Hubble's son, who will now fulfill his father's dreams. And future missions are also in the pipeline. NASA and the European Space Agency are preparing to build more new telescopes together. In the next few decades, we will get better technology which will enable us to see farther and find answers to new questions. But the truth is that Hubble has no match. What Hubble has done will always be remembered. It made humanity realize that we should have the courage to see beyond what is in front of our eyes. And this is the reason that whenever a new picture of it comes, people still look at it with the same happiness and surprise. So as long as Hubble is working, we will keep saluting it. And even when it goes silent, its pictures and its stories will always remind us that if humans want, they can reach the stars. So let's end this journey of hope and curiosity here, and if you want to see such interesting and informative stories first, then subscribe to the channel now so that the next time when any new news comes from the universe, it reaches you first.